Okay. It's funny because I never identified as somebody with a lot of energy until my boyfriend told me that one of the things he likes about me the most is that I'm always so excited about what I'm doing. And I was like, what do you mean? I feel like I'm pretty even keeled with energy. Like in my head, I'm like pretty chill.
No,
Like,
Christina.
clearly not. Clearly not. Um, so yeah. And then ever since he told me that, and that wasn't until like a month and a half ago. They told me that I started to realize I'm like, I guess I do have a lot of energy, but I get it from my mom. My mom is like always just like blah, like she's like so energized at all hours of the day and night. And so I guess I just get it from her.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, your baseline of yourself is probably different
That's true.
than
That's
most
true.
people's.
And I think that's why I feel like when I feel like I'm just resting or being even, I feel like I'm being so low. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
that's good that nobody else perceives it that way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I just naturally have a lot of energy, but I do get excited. I get things that I like, I get excited
Yeah,
by, and it does give me energy. I'm a generator, you know?
there you go. Me too.
So I feel like you get energy too. Like after that call you had this morning, you were like all pumped up. I could feel the fire,
Yeah.
because you were
Yeah, as soon
excited.
as exactly, exactly.
You're a marketing geek.
Yeah, when people can speak my nerdy language, I don't know. It gets
Hmm.
me going on a different level. It amps me up.
Well, but okay, I think this relates to our topic today, which is like getting through long days. And we've talked about this before of like certain people's schedules, like how do you do so many calls and do so many things? And time shifts when you're excited about what you're doing versus when you're not. And I know for me, if I look back at times when my schedule was just so, so crazy, and I think, how did I get through that? How did I sustain my energy all day long? Because if I look at it objectively, I'm like, there's no way I could get through that day. I'm like, I was just infused with energy throughout the day by the really good conversations that I was having. And I'm also built for it. Like I think this is where human design has been so helpful. I think all entrepreneurs should look into their design and get a reading because it's so, so, so helpful just to understand how you're built. And, some people, like, they really are built to kind of rest more and have less calls. I can sustain longer days if I'm super lit up by stuff. I still need rest, but I notice like I can go into a call feeling tired, but if the conversation is really good, I just kind of get this hit of energy. Like when I'm in a coaching call, I just like get this hit of energy. I don't know what happens, but it's like a drug.
Well, something you told me that I still think about now whenever I feel like lethargic for no apparent reason. I think I was telling you that I love hiking, but I often just feel super zapped after the weekend. And I thought it was because I was doing too much physical activity. But you're like, well, the fact that you're doing something you love and you're doing it in moderation and you still feel exhausted, so says that there's probably something behind the energy of what you're doing that you need to look into. And so I think that's something important for people, especially in a work setting, to look into. Are you exhausted because you truly have too much on your plate? Or is there something deeper? Like maybe you genuinely don't love what you're doing and things need to be shifted.
I know I always say this. I'm like, so many people think they have adrenal fatigue when they really just aren't in the right job.
It's like, no, you hate your job.
It's so true. I mean, when I switched out of nutrition, I still love talking about nutrition, but it was exhausting me. I didn't realize it because I was like, I love this. I love it. And it was hard for me to admit, to even see, like, okay, actually, this is so draining for me. And then when I switched into business and then more into spirituality, I was just so excited all the time. And
Yeah.
I kind of needed that contrast to see that I was not in the right niche for me.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between enjoying something and then being inspired by it. And I think that's what I see in you is, of course, you enjoy nutrition. It's a big part of who you are, but the clients you work with now are clients that like you're helping them, that's your job, but in turn they're inspiring you and lighting you back up, and it's kind of like a two-way street in terms of fueling each
Yes.
other.
Totally, totally. And with the intentionality, I think exercise is a good example and work as well of like, am I doing this because I feel like I have to? Or am I doing it because it feels really good? Like I know I have burnt myself out with exercise, not because I was like over exercising really. Like if I look, I was like very minimal, but because I was coming at it from like, I need to do this to be healthy versus like, I genuinely feel like doing this today. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
exactly. I had a phase like that too. I mean, weightlifting was all I knew for a while. And I would notice I was like cutting down the days I went to the gym because I still felt exhausted. It was like one day a week. And I'm like, I hate going. I dread going. And then I switched to something like, I'm like, wait, there's more modalities than just this. And I started doing yoga and I was like inspired to do it for 60 minutes every day. And it felt great. Like,
I okay, I feel like we should do a podcast about your fitness history because
oh
I'm
my
super
gosh,
curious.
I don't
I'm
even think
super
you know.
curious. Didn't you compete?
I did. Yes.
Oh my God. Can we do a podcast about it?
Yeah, we could do a podcast on it.
Okay,
Long
okay,
story
that's
short, all of my health issues stemmed from that one competition. So it's a really fun story, but totally.
I want to hear it. We're gonna do that podcast after this.
Okay,
But
great.
okay, I'm glad that came out. But today we want to talk about just some like hacks and specifically products that we love that help us get through long work days. I think especially now with being on the computer so much. I mean, I'm always on the computer, but and I think ever since having this job where I'm just so much on Zoom calls and on the computers, I notice how I just feel weird when I'm doing that all day. And I know sometimes people get that afternoon slump and all that, but like there are some certain ride or die products that I strongly recommend to be super productive. And I like to think I am really good at productivity and efficiency. Uh,
You are.
so I think I make good recommendations.
These are
I,
expert
I do.
recommendations.
I've tried a lot of products, but I'm like the person that everybody comes to when they're like, how do you get so much done? And I'm like, I mean, a big a big way that I stay productive and really efficient and like get through a long work day. If I have a long work day, I need to sleep enough,
Mm,
super basic. I also stay on top of my nutrition a lot, right? I eat really clean for this reason. Like I eat for energy. And if I eat like crap, I don't feel very good and I'm not very productive. And I just feel that that slump throughout the day. So like balancing your hormones in general and eating really well is going to be key too. Speaking of balancing your hormones, let's start with Ned,
yeah,
which
Ned.
might not be what you expect for like how do you get through a long work day? Because I think most people
Mhm.
think of CBD or full spectrum hemp rather as something that's going to make you sleepy. And it's really just going to balance out your hormones. So for some people, it will make you sleepy. I personally take Ned in the morning and at night, and it's been so helpful for balancing out my hormones and just
Yeah.
regulating my cortisol response, which I think is a really important part of getting through a long work day. Is like I don't want to go into my work day feeling super stressed, buzzed, like too high energy where I'm like using all of my energy at the beginning and then I just hit a slump. So it just helps me stay even. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does wonders for my heart rate. But that's what I love about things like Ned and adaptogens is it really works with your body and it knows like what you need at that moment. So
Mm.
I can have like Ned or reishi in the morning and I just feel like I'm entering my day on a more chill note. It doesn't necessarily put me to sleep. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's a common misconception people have with products like that, but just like look at how they work with your body, especially adaptogens, because they might actually end up helping you out if you have a long day ahead of you instead of harming you.
Yes. Ashwagandha is another one I do in the morning as well.
Yeah.
I do in the morning and at
Hmm.
night. I like further food, ashwagandha, and like we said, Ned, full spectrum hemp oil. It's legit the best. So
Yes.
good. So clean. So balancing out your hormones and then a lot of what I use like I th- is drinks. I'm drinking drinks all day long. Like I also feel like just the act of beverages, like drinking
It keeps,
beverages.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
like it breaks up your day. You're like, okay, now it's time to switch my drink. This is fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so true. When I used to work in an office, I would have like days where I felt really cool because I would get a Diet Coke, which I never drink. Okay. But like, we have this joke at all of you know you're an account manager when you start gravitating towards the Diet Cokes, but it's like a vibe and not really like
Oh
a
my
caffeine
God.
thing. But I completely agree.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not advocating for Diet Coke here. That's gross.
Me
That's
neither, but
but yeah, in the morning I make like 5 or 6 drinks. Like I just make it
you
all in the
pre-make
morning.
your drinks, you drink prep in the
A lot
morning.
of a lot of them I do. Well, I have a lot in the morning. I realized I was like I felt so silly. I was like, why do I have a peeing problem? I have to pee so often. And then I did some math and I realized, wow, I drink like 80 ounces of water before 10 a.m.
8 ounces of water times 30 servings. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's yeah, so I've spaced it out more. Anyway, I do like to pre-make my beverages or at least prep them. So I put my powders in and I have my cups and then all I have to do is add water,
That's
if you know
actually
what I mean.
really smart and adorable.
Yeah, it's like part of my morning routine. Everybody should do it. So I have a lot of beverages. I don't personally like plain water, so it works out that I like so many beverages. But I actually have one here. This is my quote unquote chocolate milk.
Oh, I
That's
love it.
actually
What's in
Organifi.
it?
Organifi. It's Organifi chocolate gold and water and a little bit of almond milk.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
You know
there we
what?
go.
I mean, I think we all know and love Organifi green juice for obvious reasons, but I recently bought the red juice and I cut out caffeine. That's a whole
Hmm.
story. It's been a real journey for the last like 4 days. But the red juice, I love it. It reminds me like I feel kind of naughty. It tastes like Kool-Aid. It's so
Exactly.
good, but it also gives you an energy boost. And so I'm digging it. That's my new favorite, I think, right now.
I love red juice. I do green juice in the morning because it makes me feel like minty fresh and it
Ooh.
has, and also I like Organifi is it has adaptogens in it, right? But
Hmm.
it's like feels like minty fresh for me. I like just getting my greens in the morning. And so then, and it has moringa, which is really great for boosting your energy. And then I typically do red juice in the afternoon. And then I do gold or chocolate golds or
Oh my
harmony
gosh.
at night.
I need you to draw up like a Venn diagram. I can make a graphic.
I also, I also, if I'm feeling like I need some extra immune support, I take immunity. I like that in the morning because it's like orange, it's like healthy orange juice. And I
Yeah.
also, if I need extra brain power, I'll do pure because it's like nootropics in there. So, and when I'm traveling, I typically take red, pure, and im immunity.
Hmm.
So
Oh my gosh. I love all their products.
you
So
could say
good.
I'm a super fan. You could say I'm
You
a super fan.
couldn't tell.
Yeah. But that's what I drink all day. And then the other thing, the other main thing I drink, am I missing? I feel like I'm forgetting about something. Um,
Yeah. What's in your
oh,
morning lineup?
well, my morning lineup. Okay, so I have
Oh, I
hot,
feel like I just went down a really dangerous road.
I have hot lemon water first thing. Um, I'm also doing a heavy metal detox right now, so I take this vitamin C powder as well, which is like another drink I make in the morning. And then I do another greens powder as well. I do the daily greens from Equilibrium Nutrition. So I do that first. I do Organifi after. Organifi green juice after. And then I also I have like I don't really know how it became this way, but I kind of separated out instead of a smoothie, I like separate out the ingredients. And so I put my protein powder like as a drink. So I like basically drink it as a drink and then I like eat what I would put in it.
That's creative.
It's just easier for me because I hate a blender. I hate blenders.
Oh, God. Who doesn't hate a blender?
So I'm realizing how ridiculous I sound right now. But and then I also prep my coffee. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. Element. Oh my God. Okay. Don't forget about Element. Okay, so Element, this is my game changer. This is the key. Okay. If you're on a whole foods based diet, if you and I notice it increases my productivity. And just like the way my brain works. And a lot of people have told me, because I recommend it to everybody, they're like, I notice I'm just more efficient during the day. But it helps if you get
Mhm.
any migraines or like, I don't know, cramps or anything. If
Yeah,
you're low carb, it just helps with hydration. I feel like I didn't realize how much imbalanced electrolytes led to all these random focus issues that I was having.
it's so
So,
true.
element, so good.
Yeah. I'm definitely one for getting headaches. That's just like what happens to me throughout the day. And I recently started drinking electrolytes and it's been game changer, game changer.
Game changer. And so the reason why I thought of that was because my current lineup is also I drink coffee. I drink coffee after I eat breakfast. So, but I drink King coffee and I was like anti caffeine for a long time and like never needed caffeine. I mean, look at me. I don't need caffeine. And it
You're
used to
super caffeine sensitive too, right?
I've always been super caffeine sensitive. I'm a slow caffeine metabolizer. Like caffeine
Hmm.
was just like never going to work for me. And I was fine with that. I never needed it. But then everybody was talking about King Coffee and I honestly thought it was a scam. But then one of my really, really good friends was all about it. And I was like, she was like, it's not like normal coffee. Like, and I started hearing from all these different people who are super caffeine sensitive how they could drink King Coffee with no issues. And so I was like, let me try it out because I do love coffee. Like, I love the taste of it. I just don't like how it makes me feel. So I've been drinking King Coffee, and what's different about it is it has reishi spores in it, Ganoderma spores, and it has just so many health issues. And for me, I've noticed that I lost a lot of inflammation. It also helped me with some like die off, like it helped me like clear some gut
Oh,
stuff.
that's
Um,
cool.
a lot of people use it for healing, but I just noticed, I mean, I like using coffee as a nootropic when I can, and I can literally drink King coffee in the at night and I don't have an issue, which is like unheard of for me. So I drink that every day and I just feel really amazing. And I've gone off of it. Like I went off of it for a month last month and I had no withdrawals. Like I don't
Hmm.
feel dependent on it at all. So it just affects me very differently than normal coffee, but I still feel that focus that I would with a different coffee, but without any jitters.
Is it
So I
lower
love
caffeine or is it more just the synergy of the ingredients in it with the coffee that makes
it.
it
It's
feel
more
different?
the synergy of the coffee, right? And
Yeah.
also because if you drink coffee, the other thing is like so much coffee has mold in it, which is really gonna fuck with your brain.
Oh my gosh, I'm very passionate about this.
Yeah, coffee and chocolate, like big ones. And I noticed a huge difference when I started paying attention to quality, right? So it's like you
Yeah.
might feel super foggy. And if you are eating chocolate that's made in the US, it's probably moldy. So
Oh, I
keep
didn't
that in
know
mind.
that about chocolate, but does not surprise me. Yeah,
Hmm.
get the organic, dark roast, shade grown coffee, people. It is one of the most toxic household products. If you get like
Yeah.
the standard K cups or whatever ground
Hmm.
coffee, just be very careful. You'll
Yeah.
end
And
up feeling more like crap if you drink it than if you didn't.
if you swap it out, you'll probably notice a huge difference in your mental focus and clarity.
Hmm.
So King coffee, but I like to put the chocolate sea salt element in there. It's like
You're
my
such a
hack.
snob.
I know I am. I am a snob, but you know what? The more I focus on myself and how I feel, the more productive I am. And then the more people I can help. And at the same time, I make more money and then I can help more people.
I love that. I actually think the biggest thing I miss about having coffee every morning now, I've kind of found a way. I've made like a latte with spices that has like actually like no caffeine in it, but
What
I
is
just
it?
miss the little, okay, it's gonna get weird. Well, my boyfriend bought me this fancy ass espresso machine for my birthday, and now I have to cut out coffee, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to find a way to still use it. So I still use the frother to steam the milk and make froth. And then I'm like, what can I just like put in here to make it fun? It started with just like cinnamon and then it quickly evolved. It's now like a pumpkin, like a golden pumpkin chai. I call
Do you
it
just
a snob, but it's really me.
do you put like just spices into water or do you
Yeah,
put
like
like chai tea?
no tea. So I put like organic pumpkin spice and then organic turmeric,
Hmm.
some ginger, cinnamon. It's just like the spice powders in the milk. But I just think
That
to
sounds
your
good.
point, I just love having like a little thing in the morning, a little
Hmm.
ritual, making my drink. And I
Hmm.
think that's what I was so attached to about coffee, but I found like a somewhat good replacement. But yeah, take your time to like set yourself up for success in the morning and do
Why
something.
why haven't you tried King?
I know. I was just thinking that, like, after this call, I have to go order it.
Yeah,
So
come on. Seriously, try it. Try it. If
I
you don't
need to.
like it, then I'll take it from you. So
Okay.
King coffee is what I also drink in the morning. Yeah, Element, Organifi, King coffee. Those are all things I use. But staying hydrated is so important. It's so important. Balancing your electrolytes. I put salt
Mhm.
in all of my liquid just to help balance things out, but I noticed a big difference when I start taking electrolytes. What else do I use? Okay, I personally do use nootropics and I do different things to like optimize my brain. And again, people ask me and they feel like it's high maintenance and I'm like, well, yes, but I don't need it, but honestly it just makes me feel good and it's available to me. So
Yeah.
why not? You know? I'm not dependent on it, but like I also know what makes me just feel my best and show up my best. And people also ask me how the hell I generate more content than most people with full teams. And I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe my nootropics are helping me. So, and I will also add, I get about, I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night. So I get sleep. I need sleep. If I don't have sleep, I'm not a good person
Sleep
to be
is
around.
so critical. I remember, I feel like I always bring this up, like back when I worked in the office, but it's true. Like it was, I ran the wellness committee and we did a sleep challenge and all you had to do is get like 6 or 7 hours of sleep to get a star. I'm just simplifying it. And people were like, are you serious? I only sleep 4 hours a night. And I'm like, it's ridiculous
What
how
are they
chronically
doing?
tired just the entire population is. I don't know, but it's like I don't know how they one adapted to it, but two, just like the cumulative effects of that over time. Like if you have health problems or trouble just focusing throughout the day, please address your sleep first before any of these beverages. Like it is the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy. I feel like
what's interesting is, I mean, I do believe that certain people need less than other people, right? Like if you're in a
it's
state
true.
of
Yeah.
like healing, you need more sleep probably than if not. And also if you're working with your chronotype, you like you can get by less sleep. Like if you are trying to sleep at the wrong hours,
Mm-hmm.
you will not feel that great. You know, and I also have noticed that depending on what diet I'm on, I require less or more sleep. Like if I'm keto or lower carb, I feel fine with way less sleep. If I'm higher carb or more just like paleo, I need more sleep.
Yeah. I also kind of feel the same effect um, of just feeling super tired if I sleep too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point about finding out what works for your body because if I sleep like, first of all, my body doesn't really let me, but if I somehow sleep past 8 hours, I feel super dead. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. So you kind of have to find the sweet spot for you. But all I'm saying is if you're sleeping 3 or 4 hours, that's not enough.
Yeah,
That-
I know. That's, I mean, I always like, I always tell my mom, like, okay, she has like a regular, like a 9 to 5, you know,
uh-huh.
and well, it's not really a 9 to 5. It's like she goes into work at like 6 a.m. and then she gets home really late and then she eats dinner super late. And then she
Oh no.
stays up for like 5 hours to watch TV. And then so
Oh
then she goes
no.
to bed at like
Wait,
2
when
a.m.
did she sleep?
She'll be like, yeah, I went to bed at 2:30 a.m. last night and then I woke up at 5. And I was like, why? What were you up doing? And she's like watching
Your
TV.
mom
And
is
I'm
a
like,
wired woman.
she,
She's got like endless.
she's super wired. She has a lot of energy somehow. I think she's running on so much adrenaline that she like doesn't know that she's, you know what I mean? So well, yeah, love her. Anyway, sleep, but nootropics. Okay, so I love formula nootropics. I've tried a lot of different brands. They're my favorite. And because I get the caffeine free ones. So
Mhm.
if I'm gonna have caffeine, I want to drink it. I don't want it in a pill. So that's just my
Agreed.
preference. So I
Been
love
down
that they
that
have,
road.
yeah, they have the caffeine free ones. And what I love about them is they're nothing too intense. Like it's like I just noticed this subtle like clarity. And they
Mhm.
also you take a test and they're like customized to you and what's going to be best for you and your sleep patterns and all of that. And so I've just tried so many different nootropics, so many different companies, and those are my favorite. They're so much more customized, and the effect is definitely there. Like they actually, first of all, they actually work, which a lot of nootropics don't. They actually work, and then also it's not too much where I'm like all jittery or feeling crazy. Like it's exactly what I need, and I love how they're like labeled with different. It'll be like energy, creativity, and whatever the category is, it legit helps with. I don't know if that's placebo,
It's
but
really cool, actually.
honestly, I feel
Hey,
like
I
it
mean,
works.
even if it is, as long as it
Hmm.
does the job.
Yeah. So I love formula nootropics. I also love Neuro Effect from Paleo Valley, which is basically just like taking functional mushrooms in capsules, which is so much easier. And it's like a
Mm-hmm.
potent dose. Um, so I love Neuro Effect. I mean, it has like everything in there: cordyceps, reishi, tremella, lion's mane. It has 8 different mushrooms. And BDNF. Or no, or what is it? It's some extract, not BDNF. It literally, it's an extract. What is it? Coffee fruit
I don't know. I
extract?
don't know.
Yeah, I think it's coffee fruit extract. And then that's what's enhancing BDNF. So anyway, I love Neuro Effect. I do notice a difference with that. And I just like, I'm a big believer in functional mushrooms. So I do
Mm-hmm.
notice a difference. And I also really like Beekeepers Naturals brain fuel. Those little, I use those.
Mm-hmm.
I use them like as needed. And that's typically,
Sparingly.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, I use them as needed, and that's like my afternoon pick me up because they're totally caffeine free. Um, and you want to take it with food. So I'll typically take it like with lunch if I feel like I need a little more extra energy this afternoon, if I have more calls or a podcast or something. So I'll take those, and I typically only need like half a bottle. They're a little bit more expensive, but they do work, and I don't need a whole vial. So I'll kind of use it like as needed rather than a regular thing. But I really like that, how much it supports my brain, and there's no caffeine, but it works best when it's taken with like eating some type of fat so it can absorb properly. So I really
Mm-hmm.
like that. Have you tried that?
You're selling me. No, I was just about to say you're like inspiring me with all these products I haven't tried yet. So I'm gonna have to try that one
Well,
too.
I use everything from
I love
Beekeepers
Beekeepers
Naturals.
though.
I'm
Yeah, their throat
obsessed.
spray is my ride or die. I've been using that
Mm,
for like 3 years. So
yeah, their throat spray is so
propolis.
good.
Yeah.
Their bee pollen is really good too. I take that in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. So, which that helps with energy too. So these are just, some of my casual things that I do.
Okay. My casual little morning beverage routine.
Okay, but then, okay, besides that, during the day, okay, things that help. First of all, working out first thing. If you have a long day, like just getting that in first thing, moving your body, I think is
Mm-hmm.
so important. For me personally, I like to get outside. So I will go on a walk in the morning over like a formal workout personally, because I like need to be outside and be in
I'm the
nature.
same way. I need the vitamin D. It just wakes me up. Even though it gets
Mhm.
disgustingly cold here, I find that if I just force myself to go on a walk, like it really wakes me up. And every single time I tell myself I'm going to do it later throughout the day, I
Don't.
never do. Like half or at least half the time, I never end up doing it. So I think not only do you feel good that you accomplished it and got it done, but I just think just to get yourself moving and get your blood flowing, it's a good thing to do first thing in the morning.
Oh yeah, if I don't get like a long walk in the morning, it's not happening. It's not happening the rest of the day. Like let's be realistic.
Yeah.
So that's super super important. But then like taking breaks during the day is really important for me. So like if I have a really long day, if I have 5-10 minutes between a call, I either get up and dance, I get up, I'll just go outside for a second. I just need to move, like change
Mm-hmm.
locations. Changing locations helps me get through a long day as well. And one of my favorite hacks is the rebounder. If you don't have a rebounder, you need one. They're only like, the one I have is like legit $20 on Amazon. Okay. And it's like one of my
You need
best
to make an
investments.
Amazon order
It's
after
like there's
this.
something about the jumping. First of all, it's great for lymphatic drainage, but there's something
Mm-hmm.
about jumping that just kind of like tells your body, like, I'm excited. Here we go. And I'll like yell out my affirmations as I'm jumping on my rebounder.
I
I'm
completely
abundant.
support
I'm
this.
abundant. I'm magnetic. I'm abundant. But like really, the rebounder is magical, and you just get so much more energy. I also just bought, I think the key thing is like something that's fun. And sometimes if I feel like I have to go on a whole walk and like go outside, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
It's more of
But
a
I,
chore.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the rebounder is really fun because it's not that big and you could just, jump on it a couple times. But I also just bought a hula hoop. Have I told you?
Ooh, oh my God, inner child healing. Hello.
Yeah, I just bought a hula hoop this week, and I've been hula hooping.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
it's like kind of hard. Like
I mean, I was always pretty good at hula hooping. Now I need to go buy one.
I was always really good at it too, but I got an adult hula hoop, which is like
Oh no.
harder. I don't
You need
know.
the
And
ones with like the water.
well, what's interesting is, so the one I got, maybe I just bought about like the wrong kind, but it's okay, the ones I used when I was little were just like plastic, like rings. Okay. But this one is like the ring, but it's surrounded by this foam padding. And then the foam padding has these like ribs in it. So you can like
I
rip it,
don't
I
like,
guess.
I don't
It's really
like,
weird. So when I'm hooping and it goes around my waist, it kind of hurts. Like it hits my rib because
why do adults need that? Like,
I
I feel
don't know.
discriminated against.
I asked Parker and he was like, "Yeah, it just builds a strong core." And I'm like, "I don't see how like a shape beating against my rib is building a strong core, but maybe I'm
Builds tough
missing some."
skin.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. So anyway, I think having something really fun and simple, you know what I mean? Or like even just like turning on a
Mhm.
song and dancing for 3 minutes, just like tells my body, okay, I have energy. So that's a really helpful thing to do as well. Like going outside, moving, it doesn't need to be a whole workout. I mean, some people just stand up and like do sit-ups or push-ups or lunges. Personally, I've never like done well with that tip. I prefer to do something that feels like more fun. So
Yeah, I'm not one to do like lunges to the kitchen personally, but like that floats your boat. That's totally fine.
I used to
I
be that
agree with,
person.
oh no. I agree with what you said though about changing scenery. I think that can really help break up a day. Kind of like I said, like making drinks or fun snacks for me is a way to break up my day. And just makes it feel like it's going by faster. But same with changing scenery. I feel like I hop around rooms a lot. And
Mhm.
definitely when things open back up, I'm the kind of person that would love to, if I don't have calls or anything, just like go work at a coffee shop for a few hours, and just like getting out and going elsewhere, I think can really help
Yeah,
mentally
definitely.
make it feel a little better.
The breaks, switching things up, you know. I also like to like if I ideally I'm spacing my day out with like the things I'm super excited about kind of like spaced out. So I have something to look forward to. Like I do really
Yeah.
well when the thing that I'm most looking forward to is like in the evening. Like that's why I love having like coaching calls at night, like when I have them like 5 to 6, like because then all day I'm excited.
And then you know you're going to end on a good note. I like
Hmm.
that.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think about that with scheduling. The other thing I really like to do is play binaural beats when I can. So I'll just YouTube binaural beats for focus, for intelligence, for productivity, for whatever. And I just find it does its voodoo magic on me.
You know what? I'm a nerd. I love binaural beats. If you have Spotify, make sure you get the brain food playlist. It's like super, I like the binaural beats that are really like space themed, really like cosmically themed. I don't know. It's just a whole mood. You have to get brain food.
I don't
Um,
I don't use Spotify. I use YouTube. Wait,
you're
what's
so
it
old
called? Brain
school.
food?
Yeah,
It's
there's another one.
333.
I'll have to send it to you.
It's
There you go.
333 right here. Okay, I'll use this. Hypnotic electronic. Is this actual binaural beats? It just looks like music.
Um, I don't know, but it really helps me focus.
Brain food. All right.
I'm
All
like the
right.
kind of person that requires such focus that if there's lyrics or anything playing, like I can't do it.
Oh,
I
I'm the
can't. I don't
same
know how
way.
people like if especially if I'm writing something, I just like need so I need like some kind of instrumental thing in the background, which binaural beats that would do it. But I'm just saying this brain food playlist is like a whole mood. So
I I do best on silence or binaural beats. If it's like instrumental, I don't do well. Like if
oh,
it's
interesting. Like an
like
orchestral.
yeah, I can't do that. And when if people are talking for sure not. And like I mean, I'm very sensitive. I'm more sensitive than most
Yeah.
people. If I go downstairs, sometimes I'll like try and work downstairs on the couch for just to get a change of scenery. And then Parker will try and talk to me and I'm like, I get so annoyed. I'm like, this can't happen. Like, so I just
No,
run upstairs
I
where I'm
prefer
left
the
alone.
silence.
I
I
need
actually really
silence.
do. Like, I didn't do well in an office because of that. Like, I could go all day just kind of like zoned in and complete silence. I usually just forget to play music because I'm so like in the zone. But I share an office with my boyfriend right now, which is really fun because he listens to actual music all day long. And not only can I hear it coming out of his headphones, which is not healthy, but he sings out loud like all day. It's a really adorable, like the first 2 days, but then it loses its novelty.
Wait, 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 wait. Have you told him?
I mean, he's very conscious of the fact that he's doing it.
I mean,
I'll try to be like, oh my God, like, please be quiet. And he can't hear me because the music's too loud. It's like this never.
does it affect your workflow? Like, has that caused any issues?
I mean, I'll just usually get up and move. So like a little bit. Yes and no, but I adapt. It's okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have less patience. I have less patience. So anyway. Oh my God. Okay, okay. Last couple things. Um, EMF protectors, because all of that, you know, all of those electronics can really cramp your
Mhm.
cramp your vibe. So I personally use crystals. I'm like shungite
Yeah. Which
queen
one's
over
okay?
here.
I have, I think it's lepidolite. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Um, but yeah, I have that one at my desk. And then
I
my
use
salt lamp. I love my salt lamp.
Yeah. Get a salt lamp in every room. Salt lamp. I use black tourmaline and shungite.
Mm,
I would recommend, like, they have like getting a shungite plate for your phone where you can just like put your phone on the shungite plate. Like, personally, I just like crystals, but I notice a huge difference. That's also why I like to get out into nature to help to counterbalance, and like grounding is super
yeah,
super
yeah.
helpful, because when you're on the computer all day you start to go a little wild, and so getting outside can just give you some of those negative ions, to put yourself back into balance. What?
Go a little wild. I mean, I actually understand what you're saying. That was the scary part.
So yeah, EMF protection is helpful, and then last but not least, blue blocks. Oh my God. These are a game changer. So I have the Sleep Plus for nighttime, the red ones, and then the clear ones. Um and the blue light ones, the for a day. It makes a huge difference. Huge difference. And I'm pretty much always wearing them, like, unless typically when I'm on a camera, I take them off, or like certain calls. But especially if I'm working on my computer, like where there's no call, or like at night, like, need to have it. I notice a huge difference in my sleep. Like, Parker and I
Mhm.
have experimented with this a lot. And when we cut out all blue light in the evening, we'll go to sleep like 3 hours earlier, and we'll sleep so much better. It's
Ah,
wild.
that's
You don't
nice.
even realize how much it affects you. You don't realize how much it affects you until you wear blue blockers like
Mhm.
a whole day or for a couple days, and then try to function without them. Like, do it
Yeah.
and then take them off.
So for anyone who doesn't know, blue light can mess with your circadian rhythm if you're getting it at the wrong hours. I'm sure Christina, you could explain it a lot better than me. But yeah, so if you're so if you're exposed to blue light, I think it's what, like 2 hours before bed is the rule of thumb. I'm sure it's helpful to cut it off even
Well,
earlier,
when the
but it can
sun
keep
goes
you up.
down, right, we want to like mirror what we would do in terms of evolution. So when the sun
Mhm.
goes down, that's like signal to sleep. And that signal, like, hey, let's amp up melatonin production and like let's get to sleep. But what we do now is we stay up so much later, and our circadian rhythm is so screwed up, because we have blue light, you know, coming at our eyes and telling our brains, oh, it's daytime. When our brains see blue light, like, now it's daytime. So it can really mess up your hormones in your sleep, but just also your productivity during the day. So
Yeah, when I'm like
because
staring at a screen, the eye strain, I think makes me
hmm
feel so tired, even though I'm not necessarily physically tired. I
hmm
just like can barely open my eyes anymore by the end of the day if I don't wear my blue blockers. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's the eye strain. Like, and
yeah,
I noticed that my eyesight was getting so bad, and like now I'm like,
mine is too. I'm like
yeah,
blind now. I had 20/20 vision my whole life, and as of recently, I'm noticing I like can't read from far
yeah.
away. It's really bad.
Oh my
I
God.
need to be better about wearing mine. But also,
So
if you don't have glasses, there's apps for your computer. So I know like newer computers, there's a setting actually. It's kind of like the night mode on your phone.
mhm.
Um, and then I think it's called Flux, F.Lux, that you can download for
Yeah.
PCs and
Also,
Macs.
well, Parker was like, he saw this the other night and he was like, what the hell? Hold on. But I have the red setting on my phone.
That is so dark.
So
I
I can
can't even.
turn well, it just, I don't know why it looks darker here, but at night I'll turn the red setting on my phone. So when I'm looking at my phone, it's all red. Um,
Oh, I should do that.
yeah, and we changed out all of the light bulbs in our house so that they'll be red at night.
It's like the red light district.
Mm-hmm. It's legit.
That's nice
It's a
though.
vibe.
That's good.
It is a vibe. So yeah, all of that really, really helps, especially with a long work day. Like need
Mhm.
need my glasses. They don't fit with my headset. So
Oh man,
oh wait, now they do. So there we go. It's kind of
much better.
uncomfortable with my headset, to be honest. But yeah, it makes a huge difference. So protect your eyes. Protect your eyes, friends. I think those are my main hacks, products, tips. Do you have any
Mhm.
that you want to add?
I mean, I will just say, if I see that I have a really busy or just like later day coming up, like today's a little bit later of a day for me, I just kind of plan accordingly, like plan breaks for yourself. You don't have to
Mhm.
go, I mean, and I know everyone's situation is different depending on what your job requires of you, but if you can, like map out a break in the middle of the day. And today, completely unintentional, but I accidentally took a 30-minute nap and it was like the best thing ever because I was burnt out by probably like 1 p.m. And after
Mhm.
that, I felt like a new person. So don't
Yeah.
underestimate the power of just 20, 30 minutes. That can totally shift your whole day. So
And I will also add, if I know I have a crazy day at work, like a super long day, I'm going to manage what I'm doing after that. Like that's not the night I'm going to go get dinner with a friend. Like
yeah.
that's the night where right after I'm going to like, how do I wind down, do something for myself and get to bed early and like be off electronics? And also, if you're an entrepreneur, can manage your schedule. Like, can I give myself a lighter day the next day? Like there's something to the balancing of the schedule that I think is really helpful as well. And
Yeah.
if I'm like, holy shit, I have a packed day today, and then I also in my head I'm like, I have a packed day all week, it's very hard for me to get through it. But when I'm like, oh, tomorrow I get to XYZ, like, or tonight I get to XYZ, like I already have my little self-care plan all mapped
Hmm.
out, then it's much easier for me to like get through the day.
Yeah, I love
So
that. Give yourself a nugget to look forward to.
yeah. So we hope these tips were helpful. I probably have
I hope
discount
you
codes
start
for
making
everything.
20 drinks every morning.
Yeah, watch out for how often you might
Yeah.
have to pee, but it's fine.
I'll link the discounts, the link to the page with the discounts in the show notes so you can get yourself all these cool products
Cool.
and
Yeah,
have
and
yourself some fun beverages.
we want to hear what you use. What are your hacks? What are your favorite products to boost your brain and get through a long work day? Let us know. Leave a comment on our most recent Instagram. You can just find us on
Yeah.
Instagram at the podcast connector. So
Shoot us a DM.
yeah, we'd love to connect with you. And yeah, if you do enjoy the show, be sure to leave a rating and a review on iTunes because it helps spread the word about our new baby podcast. And we appreciate it. All right.
Yes.
Thanks so much, guys.
See you in the next
Have a great day.
episode.
Bye.